16 Sports with Sportscaster of the Year, Wes Moore.
Back at TD Ameritrade Ballpark, Wes Moore and Ben Creighton, kind of tough doing this. The Oregon State fans are just to our left as the players get on their bus and they're cheering and celebrating a national title. For the Razorbacks, it's a disappointing end to a great season. It boils down to me, Ben, 5-0. This is a team known for its offense, and they scored 4 runs the first game, 3 the second game, and none tonight. I would have never guessed, never thought they would have scored 7 total runs in 3 games.
No, I never would have either, especially when you look at the previous games coming into this College World Series final series. Put up great numbers against Texas and Texas Tech. For me, the big inning was that third. They get the bases loaded. That was like the perfect opportunity for them to finally put up some runs, and they just couldn't do it. Heston Kersad struck out, Luke Bonfield in lined out, and yeah, like you mentioned, the offense has struggled throughout these 3 games.
Oregon State scored 5 runs tonight, but you look back at those runs as we see the highlights. They had 2 walks and a hit by pitch. A guy hit by a pitch scored runs. So 3 of their runs were by a walk or a hit by pitch. The 2 other guys that scored ended up getting a single, but what led to that run coming in was a walk and a wild pitch. And an error from Casey Martin allowed another run to score. It's not like Oregon State bashed the ball tonight.
No, not at all. And we talked so much about Arkansas being a hot offensive team. How about Oregon State? You know, they're one of the best offensive teams in the country as well. But the big difference, I go back to that 3rd inning, and you look at Oregon State throughout this game, they took advantage of it when they got runners on.
Arkansas also had 2 walks tonight. I thought they were... I thought in the other 2 games, Arkansas was maybe working the pitch count. They weren't that aggressive. Tonight, I felt like they were very aggressive. Maybe they changed their approach and said, we're going to attack tonight. We're going to come out and we're going to go get after Oregon State. And I think in the end, that backfired because that allowed Kevin Abel to go 9 innings. Maybe if they're working the count like they have other pitchers, he can't go the full 9 innings and you get into the bullpen. It was just interesting and you tip your cap, and we just heard the press conference.
Right.
They did. Kevin Abel was really good, but I felt like maybe they were too aggressive tonight.
Yeah, and I think we kind of had this discussion, what was it, just a couple of weeks ago? I'm not sure if it was the regionals or the super regionals where Arkansas kind of had that problem. They were being too aggressive, and they kind of settled down and really allowed the opposite team to get into their bullpen. But you talk about Kevin Abel, you know, you do got to tip your cap to him. Just a freshman, especially pitching 1 inning last night, coming out tonight, a complete game to help Oregon State get their 3rd national championship.
Let's hear what Dave Van Horn had to say about this game.
Abel was incredible. Mixing that fastball 90, 92 miles an hour with that plus changeup, you know, and just showing that fastball enough that kept us out front. Breaking ball was good, didn't throw it a lot, but it really had depth. Just kept us off balance, and you know, he got ahead of hitters. Some of it as we were chasing, some of it he just spotted it up pretty good, and you know, we had one opportunity to get him, really, when you look back at the 9 innings, and I think it was in the 3rd. We had the bases loaded. We're down 2-0. I think we had a leadoff double, and then, you know, we ended up getting an infield hit and a walk. And, you know, as a coach, I'm thinking just that we got to score 1. Let's tie it up, or maybe we can break this thing open.
And I felt like right there, the wind was kind of let out of Arkansas' sails. They had that opportunity, they knew it, and they never recovered from that moment.
No, I completely agree with you. You know, like we go back to that 3rd inning, you know, Arkansas did a tremendous job of taking advantage of opportunities throughout this season.
Not here.
Not here. I saw a stat where 4 times throughout this series they left the bases loaded. You got to take advantage of those opportunities when you have it.
0 for 7 with the bases loaded. That sums it up. That's going to do it from Omaha tonight. Ben will be live in the morning. I'll have more for you tomorrow night at 5:30 and again at 9. Signing off from Omaha one last time. We'll see you later.